Joining me. That's a good spot right there. So to get started, I gotta catch some bait. First things first, gonna catch some bait. If anybody here has watched me before, you know when I'm here, I use night crawlers to catch the bait. And the bait to catch the fish we're after. Let's see what happens. There's usually some right over here. Oh, had a bite. Did not hook the fish. Stole a little bit of the worm. Put one over here. That's a perfect little bait. That'll catch us a big fish. Let's get started. A little tangled up here. Dang it. Got tangled up on the way down here. This is just taking a second. All right, get this off of there. Take this little guy, put him right through there. All right, that works just fine. This is what's going out. All right. Let's see how long it takes to hook up one. It should not take very long. I think that's just the bait. Kind of moving around a little bit. I'm hoping. You guys see what we got out here? What's up, everybody? All right. So yeah, I think we got a pretty lively bait on. We're just gonna wait for it to really tug. While I'm waiting for that to bite, I'll put this rod aside. I want to rig up this other rod I have. I have a tangle in it, so I'm going to take this tangle out while we're waiting for that one. All right, that's good. Set this over here. That's ready. We'll go ahead and catch another bait for that one now. And now I expect this to just bend over when we get a hit on it. Like it should just go almost into the water. So a little nibble on it, little tiny tug is no big deal. You know, that's probably just the bait swimming around. He probably swam into some grass and he's trying to hide out in some grass way out there. He knows he's in enemy territory way out there. So, you know, it's a matter of time before something swallows him up, whether it's a bass or a catfish. It's gonna happen. We'll try and get another bait for the other rod here right now. Then we're all set up. There it is. It's the other bait. All right. Set this aside. We're done catching bait for a minute. All right. We're gonna move this rod slightly over. This one's gonna go straighter out. You can see this is what we got. This is what's going out. Let's do this. Let's get the big one. Here we go. That seems to be in a good spot. All right. Let me turn the camera around so I can see what everybody's saying. What's up, everybody? So I've got two good, healthy baits on out there, and I'm waiting for a big bite to come in. Thank you for being here with me. I know it's been a few days since I streamed. Hello from New Mexico. What's up? MHG Fishing. Thank you for being here. Yeah. 4-Wheel 33. Thanks for being here. Marie Money. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys, man. All right, we're getting off to a good start here. I'll tell you what, I think we're going to get a big fish. I feel it. I feel like today's one of those days. I got two good baits on right away. Got them out there nice and deep. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. We got 2 big live bluegill on out there. So I think we'll have a nice fish in short order. Where'd my drink go? Oh, it's down in the hole. Damn it. Yeah, so today's been hot out here. It's been like 100 degrees. It's just kind of barely starting to cool off. I thought to myself, man, I need to go fishing. I got to get out and go put the line in the water and see what happens. You know, it's one of them days where fishing helps, you know. Been working all day and I was just like, I'm going to catch a big one. We're going to catch a big one. And I really feel like a big fish should come in short order here. We've got the good bait on, so that's usually what is a requirement. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes, you know, you got to let them find it. But we have the required bait. We're in the spot. And I just kind of sense it. I sense that it's going to happen tonight. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I appreciate every one of you. Yeah, it's been a minute since I streamed, a couple days. And God, it feels good to get back out and do some fishing. You know? I was fishing down on the Delta last time, and I was doing all right, but I was getting a lot of little guys. What I like about fishing here is there is little guys to catch, but I catch really big largemouth bass here. Like this spot, I've caught some like monster largemouth bass. So that's a huge plus about fishing in this location. You know, the fish on the cover of this I caught here about two weeks ago. And I caught another one very similar to that, like the day before that one. And like a week before that, I got 2 a little smaller than that. So they're here. You know, you just got to get out here and put the time in, and you'll get one or 2, depending on how good your luck is that day. But yeah, it's just a beautiful day out here on the water. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy for you guys to be out here with me. I appreciate every one of you. We've got live bluegill on. 2 good healthy baits. So it's just a matter of time before we get a big bite. You know, before the big fish swallows them up. Seemed like the last time I hooked a big one, I really had to let the fish like swallow the bait down. Like he picked it up and swam around with it for a while before I set the hook. And I got a good hook set on him that way. It's a little different when you're fishing with a bait as big as this. You know, like you've got to really let him swallow it down, you know? Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. Are you all able to chat? Looks like the chat may have froze. I don't know. MHG Fishing, are you still here with me? Or did my chat freeze? I don't know. Oh yeah, it's starting to cool off. Thank goodness. So dang hot. It's been like 110 from Texas. All right. Chat is not frozen. Tori Tucker, thank you for joining, bud. Appreciate you for being here. Chat is not frozen. Thought it was frozen for a minute. And sometimes it happens. There's no rhyme or reason for why it happens. But sometimes it happens. All right, thanks for the thumbs up, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. Anybody out there that's enjoying this, we're trying to catch giant largemouth bass tonight. Try and share this on any fishing platforms you got. Help let's get the word out there. Get some people on board here. That would be totally awesome. I should probably share this to Facebook. But I notice when I go to share it, it freezes the live stream, and I don't want to do that to you guys. Yeah, it's a beautiful evening out here. Beautiful lake. You know, I'm in this peninsula spot where the water's kind of all around me on this dam. I like fishing here. I like fishing in this spot. I'm sure we're going to get a big one sooner or later here. It's just how it is. Can't really stop them from feeding. They're hungry at this hour. Yeah. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I appreciate you. Any of you guys been doing any fishing lately? Catching anything good? MHG fishing, you guys catching anything? All right. Let's do this. Let's keep that positive energy up. Got to stay strong. Got to keep on keeping on. We're going to get one here in just a second. I can feel it. Big one's out there lurking right now. It's just cruising around out there by the bait. You know what I mean? We got those big old live bluegill on. It's gonna... What you... telltale sign before you get a bite is... Oh, thank you for the like. I appreciate that. Telltale sign before you get a bite is it'll be trying to get away. All of a sudden the line will just start bouncing, right? And that's usually because the fish sees a big bass or catfish coming over to swallow him, right? And so it's trying to swim away, but it can't get... I'm fishing with live bluegill. So it's trying to swim away and get away, but it can't get away because it's on a hook. So it just, kind of sits there and swims in circles. And then, bam, that's when you get the bite, right? First you'll see the tip of your pole start to wiggle, and then it'll just bend over. Or it'll just smash the bait and your pole will just bend over. But if you see the tip of your pole start to wiggle after it's been sitting out there for a while, that usually means the big fish is about to eat the bait. All right, I got 9 people with me. Thank you for being here, guys. We're fishing for big bass and catfish. Got a live bluegill for bait. This is the very location that I caught the fish on the cover, on the thumbnail for this live stream. So I expect to get a fish similar to that here. If I don't, I'll be highly disappointed. It's generally what you catch here is a big bass. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the fight, Vicky Menzer from Colorado. All right, Colorado, thank you for being here. A little bit of cold water up there. You'd be catching some trout. You catch trout, Vicky? Always like that name, Vicky. All right. Me? We're catching bass and catfish out here today. Well, that's what we're trying to catch. So far, all I caught was the bluegill, the bait, but we're waiting for the big fish to come. Thank you for being here, Vicky, Tony, MHG. Thank you, guys. We'll get them. You're at home? All right. That's all right, too. You can enjoy the fishing from home. You don't have to go out and do it yourself. That's why I'm out here doing it. Subscribe to the channel and you'll always be able to see me do this. What's up, sweetheart? Soul friends forever. That's my honey right there. Yeah, we're waiting for the big fish to bite. It's coming in soon. I know it. We've got 2 good live bluegill on. Any moment, we're going to get the big bite. It's going to happen. I'm sure of it. It's going to happen. Come on, come on, come on. All right, all right, all right. You like watching people fish? I do too. You know, when I was a kid, I used to watch these fishing shows in the morning. It's called Let's Go. It's called Rod and Reel Fishing Show and Fishing the West. They're really cool fishing shows, you know. Rod and Reel Fishing Show was just like a guy with a camera and a boat, and he would just go around and fish. And it was just a good format, you know. It was cool. It's cool to watch. Bill Dance Outdoors. Yeah, that was something else I would watch from time to time. Yeah, you know, those shows kind of helped form my personality, you know, of what I like to do. Because I saw through those guys' eyes what was out there, you know, through that camera lens, you know, what was out there, what could be done. Otherwise, I really wouldn't have had any exposure to salmon fishing and largemouth bass fishing. As a child, I grew up in Southern California where I could fish on the piers and the rocks, the jetties, for rockfish and anchovy and sardines. You know, you jig for them, you get buckets of those guys. But then I moved up to Northern California where there was no ocean fishing, and I really didn't know what to do. So I started watching these fishing shows because I loved fishing already. And they kind of taught me how to bass fish, you know. Like, I came from that era where the kids would you would go to a video store to get like a movie for the night, you know. Well, I would go pick educational videos on fishing, whether it was how to tie flies or how to fish for largemouth bass. You know, and there'd be some guy, a bass pro from the South out there, you know, fishing out in the swamps for largemouth bass, you know, out in maybe Florida or whatnot. And he'd be showing you how to tie knots, how to work rubber worms, how to work top water baits. And that's how I learned how to do it, you know. And I mean, I was like in the 5th or 6th grade, you know. And then of course, I got into the fishing magazines. I had my own little treasure trove of fishing magazines that I kept. And yeah, I never get tired of watching either, it sounds like. But, you know, I think I'm gonna put this camera in the holder up here. Let me turn this thing around so I can see what's going on. All right. There, that's both cameras. That's both fishing poles. All right. Yeah, so this gives me the chance, so if the fish bites, I don't have to mess with the camera either. And I can kind of see what y'all are saying if I look closely. Yeah, so those were my teachers for bass fishing, catfish fishing. And my dad taught me how to saltwater fish, which was excellent. And it also gave me the desire to want to do this, right? To have my own little fishing show happen, you know? So, yeah, that's kind of where I got the idea to want to do this, and the desire to share my fishing opportunities with other people. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now today. Kind of shaped my personality. You know, some kids wanted to be, musician. Some kids wanted to be famous. I wanted to be a Bass Pro in Bass Pro tournaments. Now, I never did Bass Pro fishing tournaments, but I did do commercial fishing. I got to where I got a job on a commercial fishing boat out in Hawaii, and I got to catch all the fish that I ever really wanted to catch. So like blue marlin, yellowfin tuna, striped marlin, big-eye tuna. There's a difference between big-eye tuna and yellowfin tuna. Big-eye tuna is more expensive, better quality eating. Ono, great fighting fish. Rockfish, like the red snappers, and moonfish, and just all these beautiful fish that you catch out in the ocean, you know. I had a job on a boat doing that, and oh, got a little slack in the line on this one. Oh, y'all see that? That wasn't the bluegill. That wasn't the bluegill. There's a fish tugging on him. If I feel it pull hard, I'm going to go ahead and set the hook. But I don't feel like it's really yanking on him yet. There's a fish there, though. He didn't set the hook. He didn't take it down all the way. I didn't set the hook because I don't believe the fish took the bait all the way. Took it deep enough yet. We'll wait. Meanwhile, we'll catch a little fish. So sometimes a big fish will pick one of these baits up and swim into shore with them. And all you'll see is your line go slack. So that may have been what was happening there. Why all of a sudden the line was slack. And then I got a little tug. But he must have felt the hooks and just spit him out. Felt the resistance and spit it out. Just let him wait. I know he didn't steal the bait. He'd have to pull it a lot harder than that. You have to pull it a lot harder than that. See what happens. I feel like we'll have a fish any moment. There's some fish jumping out deeper around me here. Oh, jeez. Jeez. What am I doing? Destructive behavior. Some little nibbles. Oh. Stole the bait. Little tug on that one. Huh. No fish yet, guys. Gotta send me some luck here. Help me out. I brought a light with me tonight. So if it starts to get to be dark, I can turn on the light. Maybe get a catfish. Definitely caught catfish right here. I don't know. Well, we've had some bites, so I'm not too surprised. But I was really kind of expecting to hook a fish up right away. Of course, I'm always expecting to hook a fish up right away. That's just When I go fishing, that's the attitude I take with me. Doesn't always work out that way. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I really appreciate every one of you. I can't say thank you enough to all my fans out there. Anybody watching the show, we're fishing for largemouth bass right now. I've got 2 live bluegill on, and I've had a couple nibbles on this one. Not enough to think that it ate the bait or stole the bait, but it pulled on it. So we're just kind of waiting to see when I get the next big strike. One of these 2 rods should get a big strike coming up here. I'm expecting that anyhow. You know, expecting a big fish to bite down and try and run off with this fish I got out there. Should happen anytime now. Beautiful evening to be out here. Oh, here we go. Definitely moving around. Not enough for me to say set the hook, but it was definitely bouncing. That could be, when it just bounces like that, that could be just the fish swimming around. But like I said, when you see the fish start to swim around, the tip starts bouncing like that, it usually means that a big fish is circling around him, getting ready to eat him. And the little fish is getting scared and trying to get away. And then your pole starts bouncing a little bit, and then you get a big hit. So hopefully that's what happens. Hopefully that's what's going on. All right, guys, we got 11 people here. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate every one of you. We're just waiting for the big fish to bite. Come on. I feel like it's about to happen. I felt like it's about to happen since I started fishing. Yeah, so right now my goal with this channel is to get enough subscribers to where I get a little bit of income to help with some of the gas bills. I have a boat down on the California Delta. I'd like to move it down to the San Francisco Bay where we can go fish for halibut and shark and stuff. It's really a great platform for fishing down there. So that's kind of the plan, you know, but it's, you know, one step at a time, you know, like I've got to do one little thing at a time. It's not easy. Everything's expensive. I have other priorities that I have to take care of. So, you know, it's a work in progress. But that's where I would like to get the stream, this channel up to, is to where we're doing ocean fishing trips, and we're fishing for shark, we're fishing for halibut. I can sell the halibut and make a little bit of money from the fishing videos on top of that, and all combined it'll be a profitable experience. I see a fish sitting around on the surface out there, kind of doing some funny stuff. I feel like this is a real active time on the water right now. Right now until the sun goes down. See, you still see light on those mountains over there, so the sun's not down yet. We're just in a shady area. So Between now and when the sun sets is the most active time for these fish in this lake. And that said, it's a great time to have 2 good-sized live baits on out there, which we do. So, uh, you know, we have a real high opportunity or high chance of catching a very large fish on one of these 2 rods. And that's what we're doing out here right now, trying to get like a 10-pound bass. You know, if we get real lucky, a world record bass, right? I mean, I kind of don't think that's going to happen, but I always have that in the back of my mind. You know, maybe today will be the day I get the world record bass. I'm definitely fishing with baits that could catch a world record fish, you know. So, and this lake could definitely supply us with one. It's not overfished. It's a warm water lake. There's plenty of live bait in here. Generally, this lake is a catch and release lake. So if you're gonna catch a world record fish, this is the kind of lake you're gonna catch it from. You know, where there's not a lot of people doing catch and take. Very minimal on here, and it's a good-sized body of water. It's not a pond. You know, it's a lake. And it grows bass fast. It's warm. It has lots of moss beds, lots of habitat, lots of food, lots of big food for bass, bluegill, sunfish. So this lake could very well grow a world record largemouth bass. Oh, and there's Florida strain largemouth bass in this lake that were planted back in the 90s. So, you know, there's no telling what size fish you're going to catch in this lake. And that's what I always tell myself. We're not in Florida, but there is Florida strain largemouth bass here. I know that stuff because I've been fishing out here since I was 12. Younger. 8 or 9, I guess. So 40 years. I've been fishing this lake for about 40 years, which is crazy to say. I hear a dog. No big fish yet. It's going to happen. We're going to get one. It's going to happen. We're going to get this fish. We're going to get the big fish. I was playing with it. I'm gonna keep this one right here.
Not pulling hard enough for me to think it's the big fish. Well, what do you guys think? I think rod number 1 over here, rod number 2 right here. I think rod number 2 is going to get the bite. I think rod number 2 is going to get the bite first. I don't know, but I think rod number 2 is going to get the bite. All we can do is wait and see, huh? Wait and see. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me. We got live bluegill on. We're fishing for giant largemouth bass, maybe a big giant catfish. Generally, we catch largemouth bass here. We've got 2 good fresh live baits on. They've been on there for about 40 minutes, I guess, but they're still pretty lively. I can still feel them tugging every now and then. We're just about at that magic hour where the sun's starting to set and the fish get real active. So if you're watching now, hang in there with us. Something's going to happen pretty soon if it's going to happen. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every one of you. I really do. Can't say that enough. Good juice. Yeah, this is a nice evening. Cooled off nice out here. It was very hot today. It was like 100 and some degrees today. So being out here right now is kind of a relief. Kind of cools me off. Centers my mind. Helps me feel better. Not all the stress in the world. But you know, all you can do is put one foot in front of the other. Keep going on with your life. Do the best you can. You know, manage your. Here we go. That's a fish. That's a fish. on. Eat them up. Did not swallow the bait. Huh. Just a tugging, just a little tuggy tug. Usually when a big fish takes these bait, it just yanks, you know? Keep hearing a dog moving around behind me. Like a jingle from his collar. Drop me some likes, guys. Help me pump the stream up. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here with me. Appreciate every one of you. Here it comes. Something's going to happen. I got that feeling in my gut like something's going to happen, you guys. I got that feeling in my gut. Something's going to happen. I don't know what. I don't know what's going to happen. I almost feel nervous. There's a big fish down there looking at this bait, trying to make a decision whether or not he should eat it. Or maybe I'm just damn crazy. I don't know. Come on, Mr. Fish. You get a line, I'll get a pole. We'll go fishing at the old fishing hole. This is the old fishing hole. We're fishing at the old fishing hole. We'll hook something up. We're gonna hook it up. Man, kind of pisses me off. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it. But somebody came out here and left a bunch of beer cans all over the place. It's just like, this is like the one spot that's open for the public to come to. And people are just going to come out here and dump your beer cans out here. I mean, I'm sure they were out here fishing and they just left them. But, like, have some respect for the fish, for the locations that we're allowed to fish at, If you come out to a place like this and fish, clean up after yourself. Don't leave piles of beer cans and trash. Oh, here we go. Had a bite there. Or at least the fish got scared and was trying to get away. see what happens. Come on. Yeah, you know, I heard up in Tahoe on 4th of July, thousands of pounds of trash were left on the shores of the lake. That's a beautiful lake for people to trash. And I can't associate with people that do that kind of stuff. To me, that's just a disgusting way to behave. You know, like, do not come to a beautiful place like this or to Lake Tahoe and turn it into a garbage can. You know, it's just not right. It's like a crime against Mother Nature, against the world, against the children. We have to take care of these places. We have to look after them. And we have to lean on the people that aren't taking care of them and tell them, hey, that's not the right thing to, you know, don't assault them verbally or physically. But it's okay to say, hey, you can't do that. You need to pick up after yourself. You know? Or don't dump that in the water. You got to keep it clean, you know? And I want to fish so bad. I want a big fish. Feel like a little kid. I want to fish. I want the big fish. Not the little candy bar. I want the big candy bar, you know? Oh, man. They're in here, though. I know they're in here. I get them sometimes. So it's just, you know, I come out here and I'm like, I expect to get one. You know, it's like, well, not every time, you know, but maybe this time. Don't give up. You got to have that positive energy. It's going to happen. You got to keep that positive, because, you know, that's what kills a fishing trip. When you start thinking, there's nothing biting here. There's no fish in this lake. You start thinking like that, you ain't going to catch nothing, you know. You got to have positive energy. You got to think, I can do this. I can make this happen. This is going to work, you know, because half of the battle is getting there on the lake and fishing. If you roll your gear up early because you psyched yourself out that you weren't going to get anything, well, yeah, you're not going to get anything. You know, you got to put time in on the water. There is no substitute for time on the water. You cannot catch the fish unless you are on the water fishing. That's just how it is. So, and I know that's like oversimplifying it, but it's a reality, you know? So if you want to catch fish, you got to get to the water and fish, you know, and you got to learn how to tie your knots. You got to learn how to which bait is good in that area, what bait's not good in that area, what tackle you need for the fish you're after, you know? Do you have good rods? Do you know spots on the lake that you can catch fish at, where there's actually fish to catch, you know, fish that you can catch? All that stuff takes time to learn. And the only way to know it is to have time on the water. Time on the water. And, you know, sometimes it'll drive some of the people in your family crazy because you're always out fishing, right? But if that's what you love to do, it's not a bad thing, right? Some people like to play video games. Some people like to watch movies. Oh, here's something going on here. Here we go. Take it, take it. You know, I like to fish. There's nothing wrong with liking to fish, liking to go to the lake and fish. Don't let anybody make you feel bad that you want to go to a lake and fish. You know? Now, if you're out there getting wasted drunk or something every time you go fish, that's a different story. That's a different. Because I've known plenty of guys that do that, right? And that's a bad habit to get into. You know, you want to do it with a clear mind for the purpose of catching fish. Yeah, I was getting bites. Or the fish was scared and trying to get away from the fish that swam by him. One of the two. We're starting to lose a little light here. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I got 9 likes. I appreciate that. Thank you all so much. I really want to catch a nice fish. You should have a moon out tonight. I don't see the moon. Should have a nice healthy moon out. These bass like to feed on the surface at night. They like to come up to the surface and feed on the surface at night. I do have a couple of topwater lures. My favorite topwater lure is a hula popper. It's a great lure. The only problem with a hula popper is it's been around for so long that a lot of the bass know what it is. So, you know, that's why like changing up lures and getting a new lure is actually a good thing to do, because bass, believe it or not, have a pretty long memory. Move that one around a little. See what happens. I think that's just the fish tugging on it. The bait, but it definitely did a little tug. Got it there. Gonna have to come out here at daybreak if I don't get one tonight. Get out here at sun up and get one in the morning. I always seem to get one at sun up. But sunset works too, though, you know? We get out here right about now. Come on, bass. Come on. Don't skunk me out tonight. Oh, I got 10 likes. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. That's awesome. You know, giving the channel likes is the only way the channel can grow. It's the only way YouTube knows to share it with more people. So I'm just going to say thank you to everybody that has liked the stream, because like I said, it's the only way to grow the channel. And I know I haven't caught any big fish tonight, but I'm trying, and I got some live bait on. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you for supporting the channel. What bait are you using? I got live bluegill on. We got live bluegill. Catch something nice. Yeah. There's some nice fish in here. Some real nice fish out here. I need to get an actual legit tripod to fish with here, so I can see, because the way I got it set up is I can't really see all of the messages unless I pick it up. I don't want to do that because then you can't really see what's going on. Yeah, that's a good spot. But yeah, we got live bluegill on. We're fishing for giant largemouth bass, and we got two good baits that I caught earlier when I first got here, and we're waiting for that big bite. This guy's moving around right now like something's scaring him. It's wiggling. And we get a big bite right now. Usually when you get a big bite on these live baits, these big live baits, the whole pole just bends over. Because it's a big fish. It's like an 8-pound fish, you know, swallowing these whole live baits. All right, I got 11 likes. Thanks, guys. Thank you all so much. Yeah, it's hard to tell, you know, when you're gonna get the bite. But usually, if the bluegill's swimming around down there, like trying to get away, that's usually an indication that a big fish is scaring it, and it's trying to get away from that big fish. Like, this is still wiggling. So if that's the case, then the big fish is about to swallow that bluegill or sunfish, and you're about to get a big bite. So that's what I'm hoping is about to happen. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you for being here with me. We're trying to get ourselves a big bass. We're fishing with live bluegill for some big largemouth bass. The last one I caught was about 8 pounds here. The biggest one that I've caught out of here was years ago, but it was like about 12 pounds. It's just off to the left over here. And the last 8-pounder I caught was just right where I'm casted out right now. So there's a lot of big bass out here, and we just, you know, I got the right bait. We just got to be patient. Hopefully we get one tonight, you know. Hang in there with me, guys. I've got those right live baits, those big bluegills, so hang in there. If I hook one, I intend to stand on that rock right there in front of these fishing poles and fight the fish right there where you could see me. I think that's a good idea. Last time I had the big one, it came off to the right over here, and I had to go off screen to catch it, you know, and pull it up and show it to you guys. So I'm hoping that if I can fight him right up here on these rocks, I can fight the fish right up to me right there on the rock, and then you guys can see me, you lift the bass and everything, which would be totally awesome. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we even get one tonight. I'm just kind of wishing right now, because so far we haven't had any big hits. We've had a couple of hits, but no big hits. So I don't know what's going on, but maybe it's just too hot. The fish moved off somewhere else, or they're in shallower water than where I cast it out to. I don't know. I've only been out here for about an hour and 10 minutes, so I don't really know, if you fish a spot for 3-4 hours, you kind of get a better feel. What bait? Everybody's asking what bait. Live bluegill. Live bluegill. So we've got 2 good size live bluegill on for real big largemouth bass, like 8 to 10 pound largemouth bass, or 8 pound and bigger. I don't know. I'm always hoping that I catch a world record largemouth bass, but I'll probably be hoping that the rest of my life. See what happens, guys. Good luck. Thank you. What's your name? I can't see your name right there. Rocky the Cat. Thank you, Rocky the Cat. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, consider subscribing, guys. If I'm not fishing here, I'm out on the Delta. If I'm not out there, I'll be out on the ocean trying to get crabs or rockfish or halibut. Hopefully next week I'm out salmon fishing on the Moqualamy where my boat is. I'm hoping we get some real nice salmon. I have really high hopes for that, because the salmon season actually opens on the 14th. It should stay open for about a month. So I'm going to try and do at least 2 to 3 weekends while the salmon season is open down on my boat. And I'm really hoping to get some nice fish. And we'll do videos on smoking. Oh boy. Got him. Yeah. Yeah, boys, we got him. He's gonna jump. Oh no, he's just. Yeah, he jumped. Oh, he's taking line. Oh, he's a good one. He's a good one. Oh, yeah. Got to maneuver him through these rocks. Come here, big guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Woo! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Look at that. Yeah. Beautiful fish, right? Beautiful fish. All right, let's put him in the water. Look at that. All right, there he goes. There he goes. There he goes.
yeah, that makes it all worth it. Let's go. Still got one line in. Oh man. So much fun. Gosh, I love doing that. I love doing that. Whew. Oh my goodness. All right, I guess I should try and catch a little more bait for that rod. See if we can't do it again. Oh, wow. Such a nice fish. Man, I gotta say, I love catching big old bass like that. That's what it's all about right there. That one was probably more like 7 pounds, to be honest. But still a very nice fish. Very nice fish. He wasn't the 10-pound lunker that I was after. But very nice fish. Put up a good fight. Jumped. First class all the way around. Gotta say, that's how I like it to happen right there. Right at sunset, I mean, can't ask for too much more, guys. That's what it's about, you know? Subscribe to the channel, man. You just saw that. Subscribe to the channel. That's what I do out here. That's what we do. I'll make a short out of that so everybody can see it that didn't tune in. But, yeah, I love doing that out here. That's why I come to this spot, you know? That's almost too small. Hey, you're too small, dude. You're too small. You go back. Need something a little bigger than that. But yeah, you know, there's much bigger bass than the one that I just caught in here. So, you know, I mean, I almost lost my hook to a rock. I'm sure we've all done that a few times. Usually some bluegill hiding right over here. I don't know for sure. Oh, had one. Oh, they got the worm. Little suckers. Yeah, you want little baits, but not too little, you know? You gotta remember these largemouth bass. Yeah, I mean, your hand easily fits inside their mouth, you know? So, you know, I mean, if that's happening, bluegill 5 inches isn't too bad, you know? Isn't too bad. So, that's what I try and remind myself that
You know, people use those 9-inch swim baits and stuff, you know, and they get them. So to recap, we just had like about a 7-8 pound largemouth bass. I still have a live bait on this rod. I'm trying to catch another live bait from my other rod so we can get two rods out again. So if you're wondering if I've caught anything, if you just joined, yeah, I just landed a trophy bass. So, and it was a great fight. He jumped right out in front of us, and it was one of the better ones I've had on film. So yeah, I'm real happy about that. That was awesome. That was an awesome fish fight. Beautiful fish to get in. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I appreciate every one of you. I'm just trying to catch some more bait on this rod. I still have this rod out with a live bait on. So hopefully that one hooks up one. I do have a light that I can turn on in a second here so we can fish for a while longer. Thought about switching over to just using cut bait for catfish, because that definitely works out here for the catfish. Oh, these guys, these little fish are just stealing my bait left and right. They're not wanting to be bait. They just want to steal my bait. Little suckers, you know? Yeah, thank you for being here with me. I appreciate every one of you. Consider subscribing to the channel. We catch big bass on this channel. I catch bait too, but like I try to catch big bass. I'm going to be going after salmon in the next couple weeks. So yeah, that's kind of the goal right now. Some big bass. Right this minute we're after big bass. But maybe some catfish. But next week after, we're going to be doing salmon fishing. So consider subscribing to the channel, guys. Some good fishing coming up in the next couple weeks here. Oh, a fish just jumped way out there. Little ripple on the water. Oh, guys, still my worms. Stealing my worms. Pretty good at stealing worms. I don't know. I think the bait fish are kind of going into hiding for the night, because they know that they're like, it's nighttime and they can't really see their predators all that well at this point, you know. And it makes sense for them to kind of disappear if they can. So if I catch even a small one, I might use it for cut bait for catfish for a little while, see what happens. You never know. You know what I mean? Thanks for being here with me, guys. Appreciate you. Whoa. Whoa. Look at that big old bluegill. Okay, so there's big bait, and then there's too big a bait. That guy's too big to use for bait. I mean, I suppose he could be used for bait, but like, wow, you know? he inhaled this worm. Oh, dude. Oh, well. He's coming with me. I'm going to turn him into... I almost want to eat this little dude. He's like edible size, you know? Although I have caught some big bass on stuff like this. He is, you know, fishable size. But I think what I'll do, honestly, with him, because I don't want to let him go because he took the hook too deep and he's going to probably pass, unfortunately. That's a unfortunate side effect of catching these little guys. But the last one got eaten too, so I mean, that's just circle of life. I think what I'll do, use him for cut bait, and we'll catch some catfish. So we'll see what happens here. Turn my little light on. There we go. It's pretty bright, huh? I can't see this camera screen at all like that, but we'll see what happens. I'm just going to put the whole damn thing on there. Live. You know, like I said, see people catch big old bass on what do they call it, swim baits, you know? They'll have like a 9-inch swim bait. This guy ain't quite 9 inches. Put him out there injured. And then if I don't hook one on him, I'll keep him. And I'll use him for cut bait. You know? No thanks. So he's going to be going out. See what happens. Twist it up a little bit. Put the fat boy out there. See what happens. Not quite as far as the last one. But you know what? These guys don't go out that far. These catfish come right up here. All right. He's set. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure if that's him or that's a fish. See what happens. All right, so we got fresh live bait on, a big one. I'm gonna turn this around here. We got fresh live bait on. Caught one big one. What's up, Braun? Laura Alyssa. Thank you, sweetheart. Awesome, babe. It's a great comment, sweetie. Yeah, you never know, you know. See if I can't get something bigger even. I mean, it's not as big as like a 9-inch swim bait or something that I've seen bass swallow up. So maybe I'll get lucky and something like that will come by and swallow this up, you know. I got like a 5 or I don't know, maybe a 6-inch bluegill on there. It's a big one. So if we get a fish on the rod on the right-hand side, it's going to be a giant. The rod on the left-hand side, you know, it could be a regular-sized fish. I don't know. But we're definitely waiting for some big fish to bite right now. Waiting for the big ones to come. Thank you for being here with me, guys. I appreciate you. I say I got 13 likes on the stream. That's totally awesome. Can't say thank you enough to everybody. I really hope that we get another Mondo giant-sized fish. Had that one earlier already. What was it, like about a 7-8 pound largemouth bass that we got? That was beautiful fish to catch live. Yeah, I just, you know, I'm so happy to be able to bring that to you all. Show you what that's like to land a fish like that. Let's see if I can't get another one. I mean, we got one already. It's a good looking fish. It's real healthy, sturdy. So we'll see what happens. Get another one. Hook a bigger one. Maybe we get a catfish. Them catfish come out up here sometimes and they come in thick. They just start eating everything up. If the catfish come, these poles will just bend over and it'll just like, they'll sing. The reels will just sing because those fish are just intense. We're just going to keep fishing right here for a while. I think I'll hang in here for another half an hour. It'll be pretty dark out by then. It'll be time for me to roll it up. But we'll see what happens in the next half hour. Might get ourselves a real nice fish. If we can top that fish that I already caught, that will be amazing. Because that fish I just caught is like, for a lot of people, that's like a lifetime fish or, you know, one every 10 years like that or something, you know. But I'm not bragging, but I catch a lot of fish like that. It's just how it is. You spend more time on the water, you catch more fish. Thanks for being here, guys. I got 13 likes. That's amazing. Thank everybody so much. Thank you for helping me pump the stream up. We're going to get some more big ones, you know. If you didn't see the big fish that I caught about, I don't know, what was it, about 15 minutes ago, probably zoom reel back and watch it, you know, because it was a nice fish, and I think it's a real strong argument to subscribe to my channel because I watch a lot of fishing YouTube channels, and I don't see anybody else catching bass like that. I mean, I know there is people catching bass, but it's usually on whoa, look at that moon coming up behind those trees over there. That's massive. We're gonna have a massive moon out here tonight. That's totally cool. That means the catfish aren't so active, but the bass will be. So I don't know. Should probably keep going here for a little while, because the bass like to feed after the moon comes up on these warm summer nights. Yeah. They'll start jumping. You'll start hearing them splash on the surface out here and stuff. It's pretty cool. There's a real healthy population of largemouth bass in this lake. Like, more so than... It's kind of a secret, you know? That's why I don't really say where I'm at. Because if I did, it would get mobbed on by a bunch of people. And that would be kind of stupid. All right, I got 13 people with me. Thank you all for being here. Or 10 people. It's fluctuating. Thank you guys for being here with me. We just caught a big old largemouth bass, about 8 pounds, I want to say. I didn't measure it or weigh it, but if you go back and look at it, that's about how big it was. I've got another live bait. We're using live bluegill. So I caught another live bait after I caught that big bass. Put it on this hook, on this line, and tossed it out there. And we're waiting for a real big fish to come and swallow it up and give us a big fight. So we'll see what happens, guys. Hang in there with me, and hopefully we get a bigger fish than what we've already got. Which will be something to behold. I got a car pulling up. They're leaving. All right, I got 14 likes. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you, man. I really do. Can't say thank you enough to all you out there that are watching me and supporting me in the channel. Makes me feel good. Yeah. Let's go. I got endorphins off that big fish. You know, when you catch a big fish, you're like on a high off of it for like about, I don't know, half an hour. Oh, what's going on here? I'm getting some bites. The line's wiggling a little. Let me get over here. Got this bright light behind me. It's pretty cool. I dig it. Getting some little nibbles on the pole on the right hand side. But that's a big bait, so it might just be kind of swimming around down there tugging. We're using live bluegill for those of you that don't know. So, yeah. We're either going to get a giant channel catfish or like a 10-pound largemouth bass on that. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for being here with me, guys. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you all so much. So far, we got one like 8-pound largemouth bass. So they are biting. We have gotten one. We're just got to be patient now to get the second one. All right. I feel like we're about to hook into a very large channel catfish is what I'm thinking.
But with the full moon, I don't know. Full moons, usually on the full moons, I don't know if it's a full moon or if it's just real big. I can't see it, and I didn't check the calendar. So, soul friends, if you're listening, could you tell me if we have a full moon tonight or if it's just mostly full? Soul friends is our official moderator manager. So she kind of holds it all together behind the scenes for me. Makes it possible for me to come out here and do these things. But yeah, so when there's a full moon or a real bright moon, the catfish just kind of hide out, and the bass kind of run the lake. You'll hear them jumping and chasing everything around. I think they like to hunt in the low light situations. What's up, AJ? Manny? What's up, Manny? AJ. I knew a guy named AJ in high school. He was like the best running back on the varsity football team. Hey, baby. Hey, soul friends. Hey, is it a full moon tonight, soul friends? Could you check that out for me? Because I see a moon coming up and it looks real big. Just curious. Oh, there's one of them fish jumping. I hear him jumping out here. Man, that moon looks huge. What state is this? So I'm going to say the West Coast. It's full tomorrow. All right. I'm trying not to disclose my location so it doesn't get overrun with people. I hope you understand. We just caught like an 8-pound largemouth bass here, AJ. There's a lot of big bass in this lake. Oh. Yeah, I fish for sturgeon. I've never actually caught a sturgeon, but I have fished for them. Up in Oregon, on the Rogue River, I had one on, but I didn't land him, unfortunately. I've seen like endangered white sturgeon right in front of me on different parts of the river down here. There's green sturgeon that's kind of not commonly found, but they're found in the river that this tributary feeds into. Just checking the tension on that rod. It was wiggling a little bit earlier. Yeah, there's definitely some big fish here in this lake. There's like people catch, I don't want to say commonly, but people catch like yearly, like 40-pound channel cats. And there's been stories of people saying that they caught like 60-pound cats here. Any salmon? Yes. There's next month. Salmon season is going to open. So I'm going to give up my location. Next month, the salmon season is supposed to open. on the river systems out here. Or not even next month, on the 14th. So coming up very soon. And I'm going to be salmon fishing. And I will be disclosing my location when we're salmon fishing. That's going to be out. I'm just going to tell you. That's going to be out on the Moqualamy River. That's where I keep my boat. Yeah, there's going to be some salmon fishing going on. I sincerely look forward to it. You know, if we catch them, I'm going to be showing you how we smoke them and everything. It's going to be a whole serious stretch. I intend to go out with my brother, a couple of guys, and we're going to fish at least 2 weekends, maybe 3 weekends of the fishing season for the salmon. So it'll be intense. Yeah, you did. It's all good, man. It ain't that bad. Washington. All right. There's some salmon fishing up there too, right? How are the salmon stocks up there? You guys doing pretty good? Or are they kind of endangered? We haven't had a salmon run on our fishable salmon run on our rivers in over 2 years. So this is like a big deal for us. We've just been banned from salmon fishing for years. So having the rivers open back up is like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's a huge thing over here right now. If you're into fishing, this is like the pinnacle of it. And they opened the ocean fishing up for like 2 days because they're calling it what are they calling it? Well, it's a short season, right? It's just a short fishing season. And the salmon they opened the ocean fishing season up for 2 days, and everybody limited out by like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. All the boats came back with limits. So when the Moqualamy River opens and we're allowed to go fish for salmon on the river, I'm hoping we all get limits too. You know, I mean, that's where those salmon should be headed up to. And the American and the Feather, which I have access to all those rivers from where I live. So depending on where the fish are biting and where the best action is going to be at is where I'm going to be. But I would like to go off of my boat on the Moqualamy because, well, my boat's there and it just will be, you know, better action from the boat than from the bank. And I got my fish finder on it and stuff. We'll go find a nice deep hole and throw lures out there. And I like fishing crocodile spoons, if you know what those are. Crocodile spoons for salmon work good for me. My style of casting and reeling. Crocodile spoons are my favorite for salmon. Wow, the moon is coming up and it's bright as could be. Yeah, the fish are jumping. Oh, this little light works pretty good. I'm pretty stoked on this thing. Normally, I would have had to wrap it up already because when the sun goes down, I can't see really. I just have this little light on my phone here and it just doesn't work. But with this little bright light I got going here, it lights it up pretty good. So we can see, whoa, there's some bugs jumping on me here. We can see what's going on and continue fishing. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to continue fishing though, guys. I've got to get home. I got work in the morning and stuff, so we'll just be out here a little while longer. Hopefully we get a big one still. I'm still hopeful that one of these rods just bends over and we get ourselves like a 10, 15 pound largemouth bass. If I could get a new personal best, which would have to be, my personal best is a 12-pound largemouth bass from here. So, you know, it would have to be a big fish, 13, 14, 15 pounds. That would just make my day, make my week, make my year, you know. They're in here. They're in here. One time, me and my brother were fishing in the back of this lake by the creek that feeds it. And there's a little park back there where you could fish and stuff. And we were just walking around the park fishing. And he's tossing a rubber worm. And he hooks into this monster largemouth bass. It must have been a good 15 pounds, if not more. And I just remember seeing it jump and shake its head like crazy, and it threw the hook. And, you know, so like there's fish like that in this lake. So, you know, if you put your time in and you're patient, you use the right baits, you can get those fish, you know, you can get them. But nobody says they're easy to catch. You know, they're not easy to catch. Let me just put it that way. Anything over 10, 12 pounds is a very difficult largemouth bass to get in the boat. It's going to put up a battle, right? And its mouth is like armor plated. So it's very difficult to get a good hook set. If you're lucky enough to get a deep hook, to where he can't throw the hook, you know, that's one in like a 50 hook set. And then on top of that, you know, it's just difficult. It's just difficult. So, thank you guys for being here with me. I really appreciate every one of you. Thank you for the likes. I see I have 14 likes. That's totally awesome. Appreciate every one of you. I am going to be wrapping it up here pretty soon, though. We're just going to wait here and hopefully get a big fish. Looks like I'm losing connectivity. I dropped the stream dropped for whatever reason for a moment. I'm going to put you guys right here. Just fish for a little while. Got live bluegill on. What the hell is that up there? Waiting for a big catfish or giant largemouth bass. Live bluegill. We've got a near full moon coming up tonight, which is pretty awesome.
Thanks for being here, guys. I see I got 14 people with me. I caught about an 8-pound largemouth bass, 7-8 pound largemouth bass earlier. So we got some nice fish already. Or one nice fish already. So yeah, because I'm targeting big fish right now. I have big live baits on. Help me out, guys. Help me pump up the stream. Drop me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. I would appreciate it. All right, 15 likes. Thanks, guys. Killing it. That's a good stream. Come on, catfish. I'm really hoping for a catfish at this point now that it's nighttime. The sun has gone down. The moon is coming up. I'm really thinking that we'll get a big catfish. Really hoping for one anyhow. They're out there. They definitely cruise around out here and eat everything up. One year my brother caught a monster catfish here. That was like, I don't know, it was like 40 pounds or something. That would be amazing, like a 40-pound catfish. But even a 10 or 15 or 20-pound cat would be a nice catch, you know? 25. I could see a 25-pound cat eating the bait on this one. Maybe a 10 on the other one because it's a smaller bait, you know, but it's going to need to be a big catfish to swallow this one up. So, hopefully it happens. Whoa. I just saw a shooting star. All right, we're waiting for the catfish to bite. Got live bluegill on. Hoping for a big fish. Hoping for the big fish. I've got a about 6-inch 5-6 inch bluegill on the pole on the right. That's a big bait. And then a small bait on the pole on the left. So that's what we got going on, guys. We're hoping for very large catfish or a very large largemouth bass. When we already got ourselves an 8-pound largemouth bass tonight. So, a roughly 8-pound, I would say. Their big ones are in here. And we got the big baits on waiting for them. And I'm just asking you guys to hang out with me and see if we can get them in. I don't have a whole lot of time left. But sure has been fun already. I got to tell you that. Sure has been fun already. Oh, I kicked that by accident. That was me. Beautiful night. Oh, now it's nice and cool out. I just have a nice cool breeze coming off the water. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. I kind of feel like I should wrap it up though, boys and girls. It's been a long night already. I do feel like I would catch a catfish if I sat out here late, but I've got to get home. I got work to go to in the morning. I keep saying that, and I keep fishing longer. I want one more big one. Oh, the fish are jumping. I can hear them fish jumping. You guys probably can't hear the fish jumping, but I can hear them slapping on the surface out here. Right now is when you want to use a topwater lure out here. Seen some guys catch some big ones with topwater lures. But I'm already invested into bait fishing tonight, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's totally awesome. We got to 15 likes, guys. I appreciate that so much. I really do. Thank you all so much for being here out here with me. Keep me company while I'm fishing. And I'm so happy to have been able to share that big bass catch with everybody that watched. That was that's why I do this. Be able to share things like that, because that was an epic fish fight. And I was able to lip him right on screen and everything. I have to watch it later and see exactly how it looked, but I feel like that was one of the better fish fights that I've ever caught on a live stream. So I feel good about that. I hope you all go back and watch it if you didn't see it, because that was a nice fish. Nice fish. What time is it? 2:05. I'm gonna go 5 more minutes, guys, and we're gonna shut it down. Hey, I got to 16 likes. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all so much, man. I can't. Yeah, man. I just can't even put it into words. Thank you, guys. This is a good stream. I'm really liking this. This was a good call to come out here and fish with everybody tonight. $17 likes. Hey. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That's all I could say. That's amazing. I mean, what do I say to that? It's like, I feel like my channel's actually catching ground, like getting traction, and I feel like at some point I'm gonna actually get to the 1,000 subscriber mark. Not tonight, obviously, but like I continue doing what I'm doing, I feel like we're gonna get there. I feel like I'm gonna get there. It's a good feeling to feel like you're successful at something, And I feel like I'm starting to become successful at these fishing lines. It fluctuates how many people you got with you, but like when you start having, double digit likes, 17, 20, 25, it gets a life of its own, You start getting more subscribers, and it becomes a beautiful thing. I don't know how else to say it, I feel like we're going to catch a fish right now. I feel like it, but I don't know for sure. I get that feeling like we're going to get a big one. I get that feeling like I'm going to get a big one. It's hard to say if I am or not. What's the chat got going on? All right. No. Fishing while you can, trust me. I do fish while I can, basically. Ooh. There's a little praying mantis crawling on where I set the camera at on my tackle bag. I feel like all the praying mantises are hatching right now because I saw a bunch of little ones today. Bunch of little praying mantises. He's crawling on the screen now. Wow, the moon is coming out. It's gorgeous. I'll have to fish tomorrow night during the full moon too. Look for me tomorrow night, guys. I'm going to be back out here fishing under the full moon. So that'll be awesome. The bass. I'll have to... Oh. This one was getting a little nibble. I don't know if you could see on the camera, but it was starting to go up and down. There it is. Yep. Fish, guys. There's a fish chip. Got to take it all the way, though. Don't want to go set the hook before he's got it all the way in there. We'll wait for that pole to bend a little. We gotta wait for the pole to bend a little. Anything big enough to eat that bait is gonna be one hell of a fish fight. This has got like a 6-inch, 5-inch, something like that. I don't know. I didn't measure it, but it's got a big bait on there. Let's just give him a few minutes now, because nothing's pushed that bait around the whole time it's been out there, really. So hopefully, oh, the praying mantis is walking up on the screen. Is he gonna get over the camera? There goes the praying mantis. That's the praying mantis on the screen, on the camera. I'm just gonna let him do his thing. I'm not gonna move him off. Well, if I catch a fish, if I get a big fish bite, I might move him off. But right now, you got a praying mantis leg over the camera. Just a baby praying mantis too. Come on, little dude, you gotta move. He just goes up to the camera and just camps out. What are you doing? That's a quiet truck, huh? Jeez. That's necessary. We have a praying mantis crawling in front of the camera. You don't see him now, but he's right there over the top of the camera. We just had some nibbles on the rod on the right-hand side. Is that how it looks to you? Does it look like it's on the right-hand side? It looks like it's on the left-hand side to you, huh? Here, I gotta move this little guy. Yeah, he's like camping right there on top of the camera. It's a little praying mantis. You know, he's right on top of the camera, but not in the camera lens now. Praying mantis. Those things are so cool. They look like little aliens. All right, fellas. Everybody that's watched me, I'm going to call it a night because I got to get home. It's a beautiful, beautiful night out here. I want to show you guys the moon. All right, little guy, you got to get off. Let me turn this around. So, it's a beautiful night out here. Look at these lights on the lake. And look at that moon. Isn't that gorgeous?
It's just a beautiful night out here. Oh, wow. This is just, it's like an enchanted night on the water out here, you know? Just beautiful. Caught an 8-pound bass while I'm streaming. And just loving it, man. So, oh, there's a fish are jumping, man. So, that's gonna be it for the night. Yo, remember me? Speed 89. All right. I can't say I do, but I'll tell you what, thank you for joining, brother. I appreciate you for being here with me. Thank everybody for being out here with me tonight. I gotta call it a night. This is it. I'm gonna reel all the gear up, and that's gonna be it for tonight. What's up, Speed? Poway Lake. Okay. What time are you gonna be fishing? You gonna do live stream, or are you just gonna do like a video? Fish are jumping out here. I can hear the fish jumping like all around me. Neither. Oh, well, come on. You got to film some of it. I'll tell you what. To live stream, you might not have enough subs. You know, I thought you have to have 50 subs to live stream. You can do you just post photos. Yeah, just do a quick video of like the fish, like a short of the fish you catch. I do shorts of the fish I catch too, and it always gets a bunch of views. It helps you get that really helps you build up your channel to get to your 50 subs. Even if you catch like a big bluegill, post a picture of that. Post a little deal of that. You'll get likes, and not maybe, you're gonna do it. Gonna do it. All right. Hey, everybody have a good night. I gotta get out of here. I gotta pack my gear up and get out of here. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate every one of you. Have a good evening. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Be good. I'm out.